Hey everyone. I just want to do a recording more for myself, but also just share my classroom with you. I've never done a classroom recording or showed what it looked like. And anyway, I wanted to do it because this is my last year in this classroom. In January, I told my administration that I was not returning as a teacher. Um, I love Central, where I've been able to teach for the last 10 years. Was here 2 years as a parent and then 10 as a teacher, and I still to this day love this place. But I'm a desire to move into administration, so if I can't get into it this coming fall, I'm planning on moving to a larger district just to diversify my experience, hopefully give me out more opportunities to continue to grow and hopefully open more opportunities down the road. But it is a very bittersweet moment right now. And anyway, like I said, I've loved it here. I love my colleagues. I love the students, and I want to share just this classroom and have it saved for myself to be able to view back because I love this room. I do apologize. My room is a little bit of a pit right now. We were working on projects. Well, you'll see as we go. And I had pre-recorded this, but I turned the camera sideways, and it turned out really weird. Like you'd have to turn your head. It didn't. I thought it would pan out, and it didn't. Anyway, I'll stop blabbing and then just go ahead and start sharing. So this is one thing I'm really proud of. See if I can get it all in. Again, apologize. That's half of the supplies we had that the kids could use. We have this theme for the last several or 2 years at least, maybe longer, about being fighters for education. At least, I think even during COVID. So you can get a look at this. A lot of the kids I work with have some more challenges than your average student, but I wrote this. Not much of a poet, but you can read it. It's about getting up, perseverance, endurance. We also were looking at different people who had to overcome to get their education. This is the Freedom Writers. It's a movie that was in the 90s. It's based off of these kids. And in the movie, they actually use their journals and their entries in the movie. So I encourage you to check it out. She helped a bunch of inner city kids dealing with their issues and conflicts and just the drama that they are going through. And drama is a very understatement. And how they overcame not only to be educated but overcome their circumstances. I'm not going to read this to you. A couple things. Central C. I was supposed to put cub, and then I accidentally left this cub off. And then every time I see it, I'm like, I got to get back to that. And that it's always been like that. Um, yeah, so need to fix that. But this is I wanted to instill in my kids a passion that they are champions, that they're overcomers, that anything they set their minds to, they could do. My goal was always to give them as many opportunities. This is the Little Rock Nine. If you're looking at that correctly, yes, those are people with rifles. And this one, they are escorting those kids. Those are the first kids to be integrated in the school system in Arkansas. There's a movie with that one, and we did watch it. That was part of a unit about fighters for education. That was a theme, and we watched Ernest Green, who was a senior. It's a movie based off him. Disney did it in the 90s. Really well done. I'm a math teacher as well as an English teacher. There's Frederick Douglass. We did not get to his story this year. In the future, if I continue to do that theme, if I end up in the classroom again, we will. Some posters. Here's some of my kids' projects. The windows are sharing about a respect agreement we did at the very beginning of the school, and we use that throughout the year when there's stuff. My pit of an area, I need to clean it. I've been tearing it apart and about to take stuff out and straighten it up. One of my students' project, that's actually a downscale from what he was originally trying to do. Nothing much impressive over here. Mini bookshelf. Again, my room is not normally this messy. Here's one story that Booker T, his story we did read. We read his novel. not novel, excuse me, his autobiography. And he was 9 years old when he was emancipated. Abraham Lincoln signed that bill, and he, as a 9-year-old, was working in a coal mine. I'm trying to get that quote. I love this quote to focus on my camera. Oh, I can't do that. Sorry, I forgot. If I go sideways, you guys can't see. And I see him a lot of other civil rights people, and Booker T. Washington had a lot of common. But anyway, he was 9 years old, as I was saying, and he was working in the coal mines. At 9 years old, going to school at night, and just my passion for my kiddos, and the reason I did the Little Rock Nine is these people who have fought to get an education, they had a lot of things to overcome, and I was hoping and trying to make those connections with our kids that these people had a reason why they wanted it and what it was benefiting. It wasn't just them, but it benefited many others, and they had real challenges. My kids have difficulties too, and I was hoping to be inspirational, have them feel like they could overcome their challenges, but also just to capture their heart that the reality is them getting educated is more than just them for their benefit. It really is for their families, their children, and potentially others, whatever they go on to. Anyway, this is my classroom. That's just a teeny bit of my heart. If you're a central teacher watching this, I love you, and have a good one.